So what's going on, man? I'm hearing things, man. Everybody eats, B. Stay still, motherfucker.
Every day's the same shit, here we go again. So much in the squares is wild and now these walls are closing in. Whoa, whoa. If you hungry, then your chances looking slim. See me when you see me, nigga. If you can't, then look again. Whoa, whoa. Every day's the same shit, here we go again. So much in the squares is wild and now these walls are closing in. Whoa. If you hungry, then your chances looking slim. See me when you see me, nigga. If you can't, then look again. Whoa. Whoa.
Dragon eating its own tail, here we go again. It's like an escape room, the walls are closing in.
What's good, battle rap world?
What's going on?
What up? How y'all feeling? I'd say smoke with me, but we just lit it already, so. You know what I'm saying? Explicit the Analyst, I'm here with my co-host.
Liquid, H to the 2-0.
And we're gonna recap the Dizaster versus Danny Myers. And the reason for that is, this is one of those real spit versus imagination type shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to speak on this.
Yeah, you know, pretty much what it's boiling down to and shit, yo, is one person's reality versus another person's reality. Perspective. This is a battle of perspective.
I was gonna say perspective. Hey, yo, so I just want to point this out. I do fuck with Danny Myers, you know what I'm saying? But I fucked with him more back in the day when people didn't like him. I feel like he had like a different approach to his bars and shit. You know what I mean? It's a little more hungry and a little more creative, I could say.
Yeah, we definitely did speak on this. You know, the Danny that's rapping now, don't get me wrong. I mean, he does his thing, but
happens every time.
It's not the old Danny. It's not the old Danny. I feel like there's something missing right now.
Right? It happens every time. It's when the fans get to your head. Cause yo, I don't even blame Danny Myers. I blame your fans. Your fans are the worst. Danny Myers fans are the fucking worst. They're like Beyonce fans, nigga. They're like a whole hive. They just come at you. Like,
hey, yo, I fuck
like no matter what, Danny is right. Like no matter
hey,
what.
Yo, real talk though. I mean, regardless, you know what I mean. We both have our own opinions on this too. You know, I fucks with Danny too and shit. But
people get at me because basically in this battle, I'm gonna let it out right now. The cat is out the bag. I said Dizaster 3-0. It was a body, yes it was, for me, because it was real shit, and he was schooling Danny, you know what I'm saying? Sunned him. He showed him who the king of the West is.
And this is where we differ. I'm not gonna say Danny won, but I'm not gonna say he lost either. I feel this was a legit back and forth.
Yeah.
You know?
I choose meaningful over meaning.
Well, to get my man wildin' and shit, you know, when he get going, man. It's all about energy, man, and it's the energy you put in that you're gonna get back, plain and simple. Round one, you know, as usual, I'm counting about things that I'm feeling, things that hit me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So in the first round, I feel like Danny, he was swinging on him. He was swinging. Dizaster was getting hit left and right. You know
I ain't saying Danny didn't do good. Danny did good. You know what I'm saying? I fucked with some of the bars, but see, this is the problem with Danny. Like, he overhypes his own shit because he knows it's not that hot. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
you feel like he's.
Oh, it's cold. It's cold. Oh, it's cold.
Hey yo. So you feel like he's selling his shit. You feel like he's trying to sell
too much. He's selling it too much.
Right, so basically,
selling it too much.
Right,
even my people of battle rap trap agree with me.
I'm gonna put it like this. I mean, sometimes when you feel like you're gonna hit somebody with a bar, there gotta be a little aggression. Just don't get overly aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
don't
but
overdo
it's
it.
Cold. It's cold. Come on now.
I don't know about it being cold.
Come on, somebody.
It's pretty hot out here, man.
Come on, somebody.
You know what I mean? Anyways, I felt like he had this one bar talking about your whole life you've been on two people's lists, minds and counterintelligence. That shit had me dying, yo. Then he had some shit about watching Dizaster movie the day after tomorrow.
I liked
that line and shit. You know,
that shit was fire.
As far as like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like,
and he alluded to the fact how Diz hasn't been out here in a while in the East Coast and shit like that. You know what I mean? And he basically said, because I wouldn't be able to see you because you be looking over your shoulder. Like, you already know Diz got his problems and shit out here and shit. It goes back, and it is what it is. But yeah, he alluded to a lot of things and shit. Then he said some shit to Diz about Call of Duty and Activision or some shit.
That was the hardest line, Danny.
Fire.
That was the hardest line you had. That shit was super fire. I fuck with that shit.
But then
Activision, yeah.
But then he hit him with that other line.
Activist Dizaster's boy.
He said, "I put foe in my foe. I ain't math. I'm a mathematician." But it was delivered properly.
Yeah,
you know, it was delivered properly and shit.
I liked it. I liked it.
No, I got.
But like I was saying, he has a lot of like dry shit, and then he has a good line.
He has moments.
Moments, yeah.
It's not like back in the day.
But it takes a lot of bullshit to get to that moment. Is what I'm saying.
And then Dizaster comes out, and you know, Dizaster's hitting him too or whatever. But he came out and shit, and basically immediately attacked him because of his bar guy status and called him a bar fraud, and continued on down the line and shit. But overall consensus, as far as I'm concerned, I got Danny edging the first round. You already know how he feels going to round 2. Danny comes out and tries to rebuttal shit that Dizaster said the previous round, and to be honest, I feel like it fell flat. He was counting out the rebuttals as he was doing them. And so basically all I've got to say is he was 1 for 5.
You could tell by looking at him.
His head. He was 1 for 5.
Let me ask you something. Did you notice what I noticed? Like, as the rounds were proceeding, did you notice the energy of Danny demolished a little bit? Huh?
I felt
if
like
you notice his energy in his face even brought down, like even the
bit.
going forward was going back a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you noticed. Like,
I know, but you know, I'm not gonna hold nothing back and shit. You know, I do feel like Danny's second round had a lot of filler. You know what I'm saying?
It was diminishing a little bit.
I feel like he was trying to prove he could rap with Diz and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Diminishing.
But he did have some bars that hit me, and I was going crazy over him. He said something about goat and goat herder being the goat herder. Yeah. He said something about the 007 shit in the scheme, saying something about they gave me this odd job about the bond and being a terrorist and shit. That shit was fire.
That was good.
And then the scheme that he had and shit about, like, you know, Christian shit and all that with the religion, talking about guilty conscience, Pontius Pilate, Jesus, I'm killing them.
Yeah, the conscious Pilate.
That shit was hard.
You know that's a battle rapper, right?
Shit, man, listen.
You never heard of Conscious Pilate?
Conscious Pilate?
Check him out. He's dope.
Yeah,
he's dope.
I had to check him out then. Yeah,
I've never heard of him. Shout out to Conscious Pilate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, salute.
West
never
Coast?
heard of you until now, so.
See, I just put you on to somebody.
But yeah, I feel like Diz's second round was definitely a lot stronger than his first round. He said some shit about the Mandela effect. He said something about the
butterfly effect, I think it was.
Yeah, he said the Mandela effect.
Oh yeah, he said the Mandela effect too. Yeah. Do you believe in the Mandela effect? Hell yeah, I do.
He said something about putting the chopper on Danny's head and shit, like a special ed helmet.
That shit was crazy.
Some shit.
But I think that's been said before.
And he said something about being like nobody could fuck with him in his class. He's like Matilda.
Yeah.
That shit, I think that was alright and shit. Then he said something about Farnsworth Bentley and
that shit was
alluded to the umbrella shit.
Under his own umbrella?
Right. And the electric helmet is the only way you'll ever be the head in charge. Yo, that bar was hard. I don't give a fuck.
Gave it to him.
That shit was cold right there. That shit was cold.
Cold.
But yeah, you know, so that round, I feel like I'm leaning towards Dizaster and shit, but I might have to give it a second.
He's still
watch.
trying to figure out as we're doing this vlog.
The second watch right now.
He's got Danny Myers first.
Right now, I got Danny on the first, and the second's a toss up for me.
And third, he got Dizaster. So he trying to figure out the second right now. I'm trying to tell him just go Dizaster.
In a nutshell.
Like I said, meaningful over meaning.
But yeah, the third round, there was a lot of back and forth and shit. So, you know, at the end of the day, he told Diz, how is he Dizaster if Danny was the one born black in America? I was like, that shit hit deep. That shit hit
my man right there.
That shit hit deep. You know, something about pushed into the machine, came out Captain America or some shit.
That shit was hard.
Was it? He said something about basically him being the only
Shout
one
out, K.
that could say the N-word without it being it cringeworthy and shit or some shit. It was the way that he set it up, I believe, that actually hit for me. But he brung up some situation with some dude named Terry, and the way that he used it in the grander scheme of things, like the wordplay behind it, he said something about certain Christians or whatever getting pressed by Terry and them niggas or some shit like that. It was creative. It was creative. It was creative. I liked the pen game on that. That was pretty creative and shit. But something about the turmoil, getting this emotional and shit. Like,
as I recollect, did Dizaster ever mention the 12? The 12K?
I believe he said something about it, but he didn't really go into it like that. He just like lightly tapped on it.
Yeah, I don't think he touched it like that, which is surprising. I thought
he did, but he didn't stay on it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I thought he had something like really a haymaker for it or something, but
yeah,
nothing pulled through.
This is third round, man. Needless to say, this was spazzing. Because this is where he went to his parallel universe scheme and shit on Danny. And
was that the third?
That was the third.
Yeah.
That was the third. And
the third was it. You know what I'm saying? The whole round was about the parallel
He said
universe.
some shit about Tekken 7 and fucking Danny with his secret moves and shit. Avid video game player back in the day. I used to play Tekken, man, and up until now and shit. That shit hit. That shit hit.
That shit hit for him more than it did for me.
But he basically alluded to Danny's supposed fight club.
I liked the part when he was getting more at him about him how he battled Dragon and all these supposed battles and shit.
Yeah.
And he was just like, the whole shit was that it was in another universe, and it didn't happen or some shit like that. He was going in.
And then this is the round where he went into the butterfly effect that you were talking about. This is when he brought up the butterfly effect, because then he brought.
That's when he started fucking him up.
He basically used that to basically tell Danny, like, all this shit that you always fucking thinking about and coming out on paper, this shit don't ever happen. Like he's basically saying Danny's delusional.
That's what I'm saying, imagination.
So
real spit versus imagination.
And then he goes in on Danny saying something about basically like you have all these bars and zero personality. And that shit, I don't know how Danny felt about that, but that shit was hitting because of the way he was explaining the shit. So
I think in a way Danny does have personality, but it's just, I think because it's awkward to some people, it's not personified. It's not personified as anything because it's like
at the end of the day and
the
shit.
battle rap world is cruel.
It's opinionated.
It's very opinionated, but it's also cruel as fuck.
A lot of y'all motherfuckers out there probably won't even agree with what we're saying and shit, but this is raw. This is how we feel and shit. We're not gonna sugarcoat shit for nobody.
So at the end of the day, to end this shit, 3-0, Dizaster killed Danny Myers. Fuck you talking about?
That's his verdict.
Real spit versus imagination, and I'm out.
Like I said, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it at this. Danny got the first, Diz got the third, and I want y'all in the comments and shit to try to sway me.
No.
Convince me who the
fuck
fuck
that
got
convincing.
sour.
Who you got in a second?
I already said it.
Who?
I said I'm being swayed right now. I'm a little.
You need to be
on
swayed.
the fence. I'm on the fence about the second right now.
All right. So is it because you're like, hold on,
hey, he's going. He's advocating.
Hold on now.
Yo, Diz, he's advocating for you and shit.
Cause he knows about the. Like, all right, I get it. You a big fan of Danny Myers, right? You fuck with Danny hard, right?
But me liking Danny as a battle rapper has nothing to do. I'm unbiased when I come into my decisions, which is why I don't want to just give a decision.
Let's take it back to the Charlie Clips and the math shit. You know what I'm saying? We both like that real shit over the bars, right?
Definitely.
Okay. So now it's real spit over imagination, and now you having a hard time. I'm just wondering. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? He makes an interesting argument and shit.
I'm just saying.
What I mean? So with that being said, this 2-1, Danny 2-1. I ain't mad at you.
There we go. Now we got a fucking decision.
It is what it is.
That's
man.
the recap. We both got Dizaster winning. I just persuaded him. Fuck it.
2-1 debatable flip-flop, man. Either way, man, I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? Holla at your boys, man.
Shout out to the work. Salute. Keanu.
Yeah, pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Just dance for me. You better dance for me. Pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Pick your feet up when my clip hit the ground. Just dance for me. You better dance for me. I'ma shoot at the concrete. Move your feet and dance like you auditioning for Broadway, but you lack conditioning. Boy, call it a day. Man, you a sucker. Tonight I become your dance instructor. Shooting at your shoes. This ain't Dancing with the Stars. Tap your feet or I blast your feet. Now your foot looking loose.